Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live.
You back in black, baby. All right.
What is up, Russ?
What's up, brother? Y'all gonna have to forgive me tonight. By the way, my voice has been rocked for the past week and a half. I got hit with a really bad allergy attack, and it just totally fucked my throat up.
So
I can't speak too loud or anything. It's just annoying as shit.
I'm gonna totally blow by you being sick and act like it's not an excuse whatsoever, and talk about this wonderful shirt right here. Make it
all right.
Too sweet again.
That's fucking cool, actually.
I'm starting.
I like
for
this.
Kevin Nash for president.
Oh hell yeah! I'd vote for his ass.
That way we don't get either one of those two fucking crazy bitches on the stage. The fucking orange Cheeto or the shaking fucking crazy bitch. Jesus.
Yeah, she's a trip, man. I don't know.
No, like if anybody came away from that debate with any other conclusion that she cleaned his clock, they're fucking.
Oh no. She definitely did, but I think that what he showed was how easily he's baited into things. She easily just kind of got him to just get off topic and go right into full on stupidity. It was great. So she kind of proved that. I guess she sort of proved that he's very manipulatable. You can manipulate him, and then that's not. Let me tell you something. That's not what you want to be president of the United States.
No.
She said that Putin would eat him for lunch too. I loved that.
Like for real though, like is there a more memeable person in the past 8 years than Donald Trump?
No, I don't think. I mean, maybe Joe Biden.
Yeah,
but that's
Biden. They got him hot and heavy.
Yeah, they did. I mean, he was pretty. I don't know. I would say Trump.
Is that a strength for Kamala? That she is so milquetoast that like you can't meme her unless you go and talk about what she's done.
I mean, the only thing they try to, and that's what they. If you ask me, that's what they should be. If they wanted to have a chance against her, and you want to have a shot, you got to attack her policy and stuff, but we don't
have to attack what she did in the prosecutor's office.
That maybe that too. But what we don't know is we really don't know her policy yet. No. But what we do know is what she was the vice president to Joe Biden, so you can link a lot of Joe Biden policy to her. And I feel like they're not. I mean, Trump's too stupid to do it. He can't concentrate enough to do it. Because all she has to do is say, I had a bigger crowd than you. What?
Yeah.
And he freaks out,
Dude, watching that debate, my jaw dropped when he said, I don't know. I heard she put out. I was like, what?
He is fucking stupid, dude. The shit that goes out of his mouth, I'm telling you, I don't know, man. And then
because Kate will not watch anything political. Like it bothers her too much.
She's probably smart than I do. Anna doesn't like to either. Anna doesn't really get carried because Anna gets frustrated too. So
I was talking to her and I was like, "Did you hear about that?" And it was just like, holy hell! Like when I was talking to her, I was like, "This is a former president of the United States."
Who says things that you're just like, what the fuck, Oh man, he has no respect. He has no decorum. It surprises me honestly. In the 4 years that he was president, that he didn't get us into a war. Running his mouth. It was really, But like I told everybody during his presidency, I said, all it's going to take is us having one major catastrophe, and we're going to see what kind of president he is. And I thought we almost made it through his presidency without a major catastrophe. And sure as shit, the COVID thing happened. And I said, I knew it. I told my boss, I said, we're fucked. No. I said, if you expect this president to handle this, right? You're out of your
Yo.
mind. I knew
And
it.
that was the other thing. What did they ask
You
him
know?
about? Do you have a plan for? What was it? I forget what they asked him for. And he was like, "Well, I have the makings of a plan."
Yeah. He's
Like, what?
yeah,
You were the president.
yeah. You have to.
Like, if you're coming back for the job, dude,
Yeah.
and you did that shitty of a job, you can't stand on those laurels and expect people to just be like, "Oh yeah, we want this guy back."
All he keeps saying is how great the economy was when he was president. Okay, now I will say this: things were lower cost. I give him that. Gas was lower priced, but here's what I'm gonna tell you what caused the initial raise in cost. First of all, COVID happened.
Yeah.
His handling of COVID was so bad, and that it ultimately caused us to have a lot of chain, just the chain
People
of delivery and
yeah, you're talking about the
supply chain, yeah, and
people
making,
are forgetting that the canals were fucking
Yeah.
full for weeks on end
Right.
because of that fucking tanker that fucking capsized or whatever.
Yeah. We also couldn't let, but so much, we had to be real careful about letting anything unload and had to test it and shit, make sure stuff wasn't, and nobody wasn't affected with COVID and all this crap. And then so it took us forever to get goods.
Yeah.
And also, it was taking forever to make things because a lot of raw materials that they used to make product were just not being processed because they had to close down a lot of those processing plants because people were sick. We lost so much of the of our workforce that we when he left the White House, when he left office, the unemployment rate was sky high. Well, sure it was because companies had to lay people off like crazy, and they couldn't. You can't pay people when you're not operating. You can't do it. It doesn't work. So in order to build shit back up, Biden, and I give Biden credit for this, he had to build shit back up. He had to clean up after Trump's mess that he left, but Trump swears he left Biden a great economy. Everything was gold. And I'm like, no, it wasn't.
How could he have left him a great economy when he left in the middle of a pandemic?
Yeah, exactly. But it was great. According to Trump, it was great. And I'm like, just another fucking lie, Another, if I say it enough, it'll come true kind of thing for him. And the other thing is, we had to catch up, man. And product still hasn't come down yet in price. It's not going to come down in price.
No.
Because once companies know that that you will pay, and they have you paying a certain amount for something, why the fuck would they lower the price?
No.
They're never gonna like where ice cream. You maybe buy the pint of ice cream, right? Maybe that used to cost you $2, and now you've been paying $3 for it. You think they're gonna go? Oh well, we're all caught up and we're good to go. We're back on. We're gonna lower it back down to 2. Hell no. So I mean, higher prices are just what comes with. That's close to the territory with having a pandemic happen. Like you said, the fucking the supply chain wasn't just interrupted at one point; it was fucking non-existent. I mean, it's just bad, man. I don't know what people want. I don't know what people are blaming Biden for for a bad economy. Actually, our economy is actually doing really well right now. It's just most Americans are too stupid to know that. They're too fucking dumb. They don't know. They rather listen to Trump say it's bad, and they go, "Oh, I'm paying an extra $1 for milk. It must be bad." Well, I was like, dude, if you listen to some real experts, find some experts, and really listen to what's going on with the economy, and they'll tell you it's really fucking good. It's kicking, man. It's doing well, and we have the lowest unemployment rate we've probably ever fucking had in the history of fucking America. It's insane, man. Our unemployment rate is so low right now that we have jobs that are not being filled because we just don't have people that. Well, one, a lot of jobs aren't being filled, or probably I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some shitty jobs out there nobody wants to do. So I mean, that's true too. But
oh my God, that was the other thing. The immigrants are coming for your black jobs.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Whoa. That was bad. What about they're eating pets. They're eating people's dogs and cats.
That is the one thing that I want to thank Donald Trump for, is for bringing Alf back into the national consciousness.
Absolutely. Thanks, man. We gotta be
Gordon Shumway. EE was a savage with those memes this week.
You know what? I wonder sometimes if he realizes, but I don't even think he does, how retarded he sounds. Like, or how like mentally inept and crazy he sounds when he says shit like that. I just don't know. I don't know if he, and I don't think, I think he surrounds himself with a bunch of yes men, so nobody tells him. Nobody want to know. Everyone, people are afraid to tell him, Mr. Trump, you sounded really crazy when you said that.
Yeah. Like, how I had a discussion with Burgess one time about this, and it's like, you have to have boys that will check you.
You do. You absolutely do. Otherwise,
if you're the president of the United States and you don't fucking have that, it's a fucking problem.
It is. And not only do they have to check you, but they have to make sure they're okay to check you. Like, it can't be low. Yeah. You can't be like, oh no, fuck that, you're fired.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You need them to check you, and it's like,
yeah,
you need to be able to be told.
I don't understand it.
Well, he's obviously got the
But it's like all of our politicians. Like, if you look at this shit,
it's true.
Like, I've been saying it like as a joke, but it's like fucking late stage fucking Rome.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it. Yeah, where
you couldn't see fucking Donald Trump playing a fucking iPod while fucking America burns.
Yeah, ego starts to play as well though with it. It's like people start thinking I'm so awesome, I'm right, no matter what, and it doesn't matter what anyone says, I'm right. And this is not true, all the time. And actually, I don't know that Trump's been right on anything.
No.
But and here's my ultimate thing where I was explaining this to my kids. My daughter asked me, was there ever could I ever see a world or any kind of way where I would actually vote for Donald Trump? And I said, fuck no. I said, there's so many reasons to not vote for him that I can never vote for the guy. And one of the biggest is the guy is a convicted criminal. People seem to be forgetting this.
Okay. Here's how I would vote for Donald Trump. If necromancy was a real thing.
Yep.
And they brought back Stalin. And they were in Stalin versus Trump.
That would be wow.
I'd vote for Trump there. Because we might not all die.
Well, yeah, and also Trump wants to be a dictator, but doesn't really know how to do it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like he wants to, but he has to have people teach him how to do it. And Stalin, just had a plan. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn, dude!
You peasants, you don't want to work?
Yeah.
You ever heard of fucking Siberia?
Yeah. I got a place for you to send you, and you may not come back. Probably won't. Good chance you're not coming back.
Oh yeah, we're fighting a war that we can't win against the Japanese, and we're just gonna send you up there to fight the Japanese for us.
Sure, put you on the front lines. We'll put a shovel in your hand for a weapon. There you go. Go get them.
Larry says, "How y'all doing? Hope things are good."
Hey, Jace, what's up, bud? How you doing, man? Just hanging, man. Just
Yeah.
working my ass off. I feel like that's all I've been doing, to work. And I've been the same way though. She's been working too like crazy.
Yeah.
That's all we can do anymore.
Dude, I thought I was gonna have to go back into the emergency room this week because of the fucking hip, dude.
Yeah, like, it's still really bad.
No, it's off and on, man. I figured out what the fuck it is, though.
What is it?
Fucking like it's my sciatica's getting worse because I never had it.
No.
I never had it where like it was an attack of it in the hip.
Yeah,
like,
it always bothers me down on the back of my leg.
Yeah,
that's where I get bothered with it. Damn,
God,
I've never had it with my hip before.
It's going all the way down the leg.
Yeah,
and it's that electric pain. I'll fucking be honest, man. It dropped me a couple times last week.
I can imagine. That's fucked up. And
yeah.
I got to where I couldn't like. I used to like I keep my wallet in my back pocket, and I used to sit down in my car and drive with it in my back pocket. I can't do it anymore because of my it fucks with my side. I can't. I end up in so much with so much pain after I do it. So I have to take my wallet out of my pocket, and I just like set it on. I set it in my cup holder in my car when I'm driving because I can't keep it in my pocket and I can't keep it in my front pocket. It's just weird. But so
Larry says we've been the same. Work's been crazy. We're just awarded 10 new big multi-year projects.
Oh yeah, man! I bet he's rolling on it, bro. Shit, hell yeah, he's probably rolling it. And that new company he's doing real well with it, man. That was good for him, man. So good for you, Jason. That's good.
But oh man, just been
nuts. I know, dude. It's this. And I hate saying it all the time because I blame it. I blame age for everything.
Yeah.
But it's age, and it's also a combination of I'm not the skinny thin guy I used to be. Yeah. So it's like it's all caught up to my ass now.
Dude, when I met Kate, I was under 220.
Jeez.
I haven't seen 220 since God only knows when.
I'm embarrassed to say how much I weighed when I met Anna.
How long?
I weighed 110 pounds, dude.
What? Oh, yeah. Well, you were young.
Yeah, I was young. I was also a very thin guy, man. I was very thin, very lean. I actually had a six-pack.
Good on you, Lowry.
I had a...
Congratulations to Bethany, too.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Anniversary?
He got a nice promotion.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
And so did Bethany.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a work anniversary or something. I'm thinking their anniversary was like earlier this year.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just. You're right. We were pretty young still. We were still in high school, and also though, what I was just a skinny little fucking guy, dude. I was not. It was really. So I was like 100, under 115 soaking wet, maybe,
Like, I always thought I was fat as a teenager. I thought I was, and then I see pictures of myself, and I'm fucking real skinny.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I never thought I was fat. I used to try to gain weight when I was seeing it. I couldn't gain weight, couldn't gain any weight. I had a hard time with it. And I smoked a lot of pot too. And you'd think that with the munchies, I would have gained some weight, but I just never did, man. It took a while, and then I didn't really start gaining weight until my 20s, and then but that was even slow, It took a while to get up there.
Dude, you want to talk about gaining fucking weight? I've been fucking eating fucking pork skins from chicharrones from fucking rice and beans like once or twice a week, bro. Oh
God,
that's like my addiction. Is so
that
bad
sounds
for
so
you.
good, but I know it can't be good for you altogether.
There's this company and they sell their barbecue sauce in fucking Wally World, and it's called Kinder's. They probably sell it in Publix and shit too. but they have this gold one. It's just called gold. It's not colored gold or anything. It's colored like regular barbecue sauce. But man, you put that shit on some fucking chicharrones, boy.
It's awesome.
Ricky told me a good one though that I haven't tried, because you know how they usually come with the lime. They usually come with lime,
so right? You squeeze the lime juice on, yeah.
But the fucking one that oh shit, what the fuck was I just talking about?
The sauce.
Oh yeah. So you do the lime over it, right? Mm-hmm. And then what Ricky said to try, which I want to try, is Parmesan cheese.
Damn, man, you add Parmesan cheese to anything, it's fucking good, dude. Parmesan's amazing. That's great. That's good stuff, man. Especially good fresh Parmesan. Oh my god. Yeah. The shaker's good enough. I don't know, but my daughter puts so much of that shit on her food. It's ridiculous.
Yo, I've been craving tuna really bad too. I don't know why. Yo, I had the munchies so bad last week at D&D. I ate a whole giant fucking Jersey Mike's tuna sub.
God damn.
Yeah, bro. Two sessions. It's 4 hours, so I like split it up over 4 hours. But yeah, I fucking housed that fucking thing.
Fuck. A whole big tuna sub. God damn. Like, I can't eat that much tuna, man. I can eat a little bit at a time. I can't eat too much of it though.
How do you get your tuna done?
I eat it plain. I don't like putting mayonnaise in it.
What?
Yeah, I don't put mayonnaise in tuna, man. I hate mayonnaise for the most part. There's very few things I'll do with mayonnaise. I can't. And if I do, it's got to be a very light amount of it. I can't.
Yo,
I find it to be disgusting. I can't handle the how gross it is.
I like mayo, but when I lived by Roanoke,
yeah,
I was trying to we were young and just together, so I was trying out so many jobs to try and make some money, right? So I worked for this company called Thetaer, and they sold windows door to door.
Nice.
So I was doing that shit. And this dude that was my boss there and trainer and everything was jacked. And he ate the same thing for breakfast and lunch every day. A can of tuna in water. Okay?
Okay. That's how I eat tuna usually.
Yeah. You drain it.
I drink.
And then he would put fat-free Catalina dressing on it.
Really? That's an interesting way of going about it. Like Catalina dressing? Huh.
Yeah. That is one of the easiest fucking recipes that usually satisfies people really well.
Yeah.
Is Catalina chicken.
It's fantastic.
It's so easy.
I've never done it, but I've never even tried to fuck with it with with tuna though. Man. You know, tuna sounds interesting. I don't know. Tuna has a weird flavor to me anyway. So
Kate likes the tuna in oil.
You know what? My mom used to always buy it in oil, and so I kind of grew up eating tuna in oil as well. And when the first time I had it with just spring water and shit, I immediately dropped that oil thing. It was like, oh, this is hard. This is the way to do it here. You know?
Oh man, with the oil, it just I never heard the term mouthfeel until a couple years ago, but you talk about mouthfeel, that'll give you a feel in your mouth.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not a fan of eating just having my mouth full of fucking oily fish in my mouth. That's kind of what it is.
I didn't know that about you at Mayo, that you were completely.
Yeah, I'm really not a Mayo fan at all. I really Anna doesn't care for it either. My daughter does like it though. So if I get mayo, I only get it for her. My son doesn't eat it. My son doesn't eat it because of the health thing. My son's a kind of a little bit of a health nut.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't eat it because it's just so fucking terrible for you. He's like, man, he always telling me how bad mayonnaise is. And I'm like, well, I don't eat that. He goes, yeah, if I like, he goes, if I could only get you to stop eating and drinking all the other bad shit, you'd be all right. But no, he's just and I get it, but that's not why I hate mayo. Really, it's not that it's not about whether it's bad for me or not. I just don't like the flavor of it. I never have really liked the flavor of it, and it I don't know. When I was a little kid, it grossed me out. Like because I think I'd been into a sandwich and I got just a mouthful of mayonnaise, and I was completely repulsed by it. Then I remember my fucking aunt gave me a fucking deviled egg with a shit ton of mayonnaise on it and on top of it. And I ate it. And I ate it, and I felt like I was just eating a glob of mayo, and I wanted to throw up. It was so gross.
Then you don't like deviled eggs though, right?
Yeah, not really. I don't really care for them because they got that mayonnaise, the mayo dressing. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I mean, I've eaten them before, and I'll eat them, but I'm like, I'll just do it out of being respectful to people who make them, and make them for me. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm thinking this is fucking hideous. I gotta control myself so I don't throw up. Oh god.
The one, I don't know. We were talking. I was asking you like how you dress your tuna because I was just like I dress mine kind of weird for a tuna sub. I like onions, tomatoes, and pickles. Yeah. Some fucking salt and pepper.
You're gonna laugh at me. The only way I used to eat tuna on a sandwich or make a sub of tuna when I worked in the 90s, I worked at a deli, and when I would do tuna on, and I would put lemon juice in my tuna. Mm-hmm. And I put cilantro in my tuna, and I would and what I would do to I like this is not weird. I like to make a tuna melt, so I would literally form the tuna in the shape of the sub roll. I'd put it in the microwave and I put cheese on top of it, and I just melt the cheese down on top of it.
You microwave tuna? Yeah. You fucking savage!
Yeah, my boss just gets so mad at me. He's like, you're sticking up the joint. But I fucking loved it. I loved it hot, dude. I loved the good tuna. The tuna melt was banging. And he was always like, he was just, God damn it, Russell, stop.
Yo, like, I told you I got a couple months ago, I got on those runs making those sandwiches with the mortadella and the
provolone. God, mortadella, so good.
Ain't that the truth? That's nasty good way to make a tuna melt.
Yeah, funky, dude, but I don't know, man.
But like something that I didn't realize, these things slip your mind sometimes, just as you get older. Like, what a difference a toasted bun makes to a sandwich.
It does, man. It's so awesome. It's incredible. I'm telling you now, if I take 2 slices of bread, I almost always toast it. I have to. I feel weird if I eat a sandwich and it's just on two pieces of white bread, and there's no I feel like I'm eating something raw or something. It just doesn't taste right.
Well, I'm talking about when I make a sandwich, I'll fucking cut it in half and throw olive oil on it and throw it in a pan.
Oh, you go that way about it. Oh wow, okay, that's interesting. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right.
It makes such a difference because the condiments don't soak into the bun; they stay right there.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm about to go make a sandwich right now. But we were talking before we came on, and you
Yeah.
wanted to cover PulseCon a little.
Yeah. I mean, Pulse Con, what a Hasbro's little internet shit.
No.
Not. It's not. I mean, it
So,
was interesting. I don't know.
you want to start with Starry Wars?
Yeah, we can do that. We can start with some Star Wars. It's not
All right, so I've got JediNews.com pulled up.
okay.
So let's see.
Let's see what they got
Actually,
there.
Toy Arc actually has a Star Wars one.
Oh, do they? Would it be better
Yeah,
to do
let's
Toy
go
Arc?
with Toy Arc because they're pretty thorough.
Yeah. They again. They surprised me. There's a character I never thought they would do,
Yeah.
and there he is. I was like, holy shit.
All right, droid with the STAP.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's neat. I don't know why I just do. I think it's
so.
okay, we've seen those battle droids before. Yeah, that's Black Series. I mean, we've seen they've done those battle droids before. They're not like nothing new, but I just like it riding the fucking.
And then,
that's your. This guy is a character that I just never again. Like I said, I felt like they were only doing certain characters out of the books, and I just didn't think he was going to meet the or he was going to make the cut. Yeah. And I've always thought he sounded like a cool ass character. Again, I've never read the books he's in. Anna has, and she's the one that's always told me about him. And
he was only in Shadows of the Empire.
Is that the only one he was in? Okay,
yeah, one book.
I know. I thought he was mentioned in other books, but maybe not.
He might have been mentioned,
but yeah, but she. I don't know. She just told me how cool a character he was. She liked him. Yeah. I like how he's got the looks like the soft goods hanging off the sides of his arms, or I don't know if they're soft goods or if it's just a really soft like PVC.
That looks like some kind of cloth.
The cloth, okay. It looks good how it hangs off though, like that. I like that. It's and they really did a good job on the hair on the back. Where he's got that fits his description. They knocked it out the park. I think with how he's supposed to look.
I wonder if we're gonna see like something for an anniversary for this, or like what's going on with why they would do more Shadows of the Empire stuff.
Yeah, and I mean it's cool. I know that I got excited about it. I was like, oh wow, finally! It's been a while since the Black Series has really done a character that I was like, oh wow, yeah, I mean,
here we go with the armorer's helmet.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. They had the I think they had the actress that plays the armor in Mandalorian.
Beautiful,
and she's really pretty. It's a shame that they cover her up. But she got they sent her one of those.
I cut you off a little bit while you were talking about Shizor. I didn't mean to.
Oh, that's all right. It's cool. I was just saying it was just nice that they are doing a character that I'm excited about again. The Black Series has not excited me for a while now. It hasn't done anything for me. I feel like they've been doing either repeating characters over and over again, or and sometimes
and then like the thing is they rush characters out.
Yeah.
And do a shitty version, and they're
right.
like, "Oh fuck, the fandom's pissed. We did a shitty version, so what are we gonna do?
We're gonna go fix it, and we're gonna sell it again.
Now here you go. You got to buy the fucking one that's improved when we gave them this shit in the first place.
Right. If you would have just done it right the first time, it'd be go, well, no, but then then we wouldn't have doubled our money. We got you paying $50 for a figure instead of 25 or 30, whatever it is that you pay. I mean that's shit. It sucks.
So you're gonna have to tell me what the deal is on this dude.
He was one of them. What's his name?
Rex.
No. He was one. I can't remember his name, but he's one of what's his name is men. Kyondi Mundi. Oh, okay. He was one of his troopers, one of his clone trooper commanders, and I don't really remember much about him. I do. They say I think he's one of the guys that kills him. That kills Mundi. When Order 66 comes out, he blasts him in the back.
I kind of like how it's like a proto stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah, he does have a cool look to him. I do like that. He's a clone trooper that's got kind of a little bit of a different look to him. Yeah.
Bakara.
But you can only get so many clone troopers that all, and that's where they all start to look alike. When you get one that actually looks different than the others, it's kind of cool.
I like that they're differentiating things a little bit more here with the packaging. You know, like this
I do
orange
too.
for Sith. They have that purple for Shadows of the Empire.
Yep. They're trying to definitely give you an idea of what you're getting, which is pretty cool.
What droid is this? Commando droid from Clone Wars. I'm sorry, I am not the biggest Star Wars guy, so
I don't. Again, this is another one.
I'll argue like the philosophy of it with you all day. I just don't know all the characters.
Yeah, well, no, I don't blame you. Well, there's so many, man. Good God, how can anybody know them all? I mean, hey.
All right, so fan channel, Amazon, and Pulse.
Yeah.
And on shelf, spring 2025.
And they did some more for the end. They did some other new releases in the what's the 3 3/4 inch line.
Yeah, so I got all that here. We got Anakin here. Pretty good from Ahsoka.
Yeah. Whereas I remember when they were inside the realm between realms or whatever, the holiest of holes or whatever.
And I guess Brian said they were using the picture from the meme on the packaging here.
That's kind of cool. That's badass. Why not? I love it.
Trooper.
Yeah, I mean, of course, troopers are. I don't know. That's what I mean. It's troopers. Yeah.
Is that Carrie Ann Moss?
Yeah, that's what's her name from the Acolyte that we just saw, which the one they canceled. There will be no coming back with that one. Yeah. What kills me.
A lot of people were excited for this.
Yeah.
From Andor or something.
Yeah, I guess she's the female commander or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty badass.
So, like, from what I hear, like, Andor is the best thing to watch, and it's probably that and fucking this last series I haven't watched.
I think Andor is good if you're into the world of Star Wars as a whole. And I mean, because there people like Star Wars for different things. For me, I liked Andor, but I'm more into the Sith and Jedi shit in Star Wars than I am like the space battles and stuff like that. My son, on the other hand, he's into Star Wars for the space battles, the ships, the weapons, that kind of stuff. He likes to see he likes the troopers and all that stuff. That's his thing. He don't give a shit about the Sith and Jedi stuff.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
Right, that's kind of what I care about.
So this is from Survivor. The game.
Yeah, the new game. Yeah.
That's a pretty dope lightsaber.
Yeah, he's a character that you in the game. Spoiler alert! I mean, because I'm sure people have seen it already.
Yeah. Over a year.
Yeah, you find him frozen. He's like kind of being kept inside of like a back to tank. How you say it? Back to tank. I guess and he's been kind of kept in a suspended animation, and you find out he'd been there for like a long time, and I guess the Jedi put him there. He was a Jedi himself at one point, but he was, I guess because he was showing some dark side tendencies or whatever, they decided to put him away. Well, he gets released, and he loses. I can't remember if while you're fighting, if you cut his arm off, or if he was already missing his arm. I'm not sure. I don't remember how it goes, but he ends up missing an arm. The other, but he kind of is like one of the main bad guys of the game. So, yeah, he looks like a cool character though. I mean,
look at this Luke. This is
Yeah,
Black Series.
that's supposed to be to take the place of. But remember the video when the pajama jam Luke and Leia had the soft goods, and people hated this. People hated it because they can never get the soft goods to look right, you know.
Yeah.
Well, they found a way to do some of the soft plastic on it where it doesn't really fuck with his articulation. They can get it to lay right and sculpt it right. So, um, I think his face sculpt looks a lot better.
He's got wizard sleeves.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he looks like the little nerdy kid he was.
Yeah.
A nerdy kid, I guess. I shouldn't say nerdy, but it was just a
Here we go,
he-
Leia.
And there's the Leia that might. Now I don't think Anna would want either one of these. Anna likes the soft goods more than she liked this. So, but this is kind of where some people that didn't like the soft goods now they have the versions of them where they have that soft plastic and it supposedly is it doesn't fuck with articulation.
That Leia's face sculpt is pretty dope.
I think that's the other thing, they improved the face sculpt, so I think that's gonna also get some people to probably be excited about it.
You know what? Oh man, that's a whole nother conversation. But Disney's being sued by Peter Cushing's estate.
Why?
Because they used his fucking likeness in Rogue One without his estate's permission.
Oh no shit! They really?
When they fucking CGI'd Tarkin into Rogue One.
Yeah, I didn't know that they didn't have his permission though.
Yeah, and so like that's another thing is like this whole actor strike that happened this past year.
Right.
That was part of the shit. Was like, what rights do the studios have to like take an actor's likeness and just throw it in a movie?
That's kind of
because they were also talking about the rights for shit like that with like the Tupac holograms and the Biggie holograms.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, because that's kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of like it's like using the actor or the performer, whatever it may be, to, when you do that, you're using them, you're putting them into a movie or a stage show or whatever you're doing. You're putting them into that and you're utilizing them as part of a show that you're making money on. No. And then you're not paying them or paying their estate if you're dead, paying the estate. There's got to be some kind of legal. Yeah, there's gonna be some kind of legal ramification for that. You can't. I don't believe you should be allowed to do that. Without having to pay something.
Up on Wednesday for the 3 Black Series figures.
Oh, is that when the pre-orders are?
Yep. Here's the vintage collection, Luke.
It's not bad.
I think he looks better than the fucking Black Series.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes they do a good job with the little it blows my mind how good it can be.
Okay, now they're adding on to the HasLab. This is the outside, right? That's what this is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be just an so you can set up a scene or whatever. And set up more of a. And you can buy. And you can buy multiples of it, and
We were talking on the Hangout last night.
Yeah.
The show. And like, if they had told people that they were gonna do more shit like this, that HasLab might have sold a lot more. Look at this Jawa.
Probably. I think that sometimes I think that they don't think about shit until like last second, dude, and then it's weird. I don't know, man. I really do question how how the minds work in that company.
Yeah, but it's only certain fucking departments.
No, it is.
Like
you're right.
The Power Rangers department, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't even fucking exist anymore, really. Right?
Well, it's like they bought Power Rangers. They're re-releasing, all everything again,
Yeah.
And then I feel like, okay, now what's next? And I feel like there's no. Oh yeah, we're gonna try to do a new Power Ranger show.
Swallow right there.
You know, what's that?
Is that Emily Swallow right there?
I think that is. Yep. I think that's her. Yep. Yep, that's her.
Okay, yeah.
See, like I said, she is pretty. She's very pretty.
Yeah. She was in another role. I think she was the Darkness on Supernatural.
Oh, that's cool.
Like she was God's sister.
Yeah, like the opposite, I guess. Like the yeah.
She was really good on that. If it's the same woman, and I think it is because she looks so familiar. Like I like that picture of Cad Bane in the background.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
So there's a little.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly it's some stuff that I liked the Acolyte, so I'm gonna. I'm going to be down with getting some of the characters, but it only sucks is that it's not going to be on anymore. So,
but what did you like about the Acolyte?
Well, I think I was like everyone else, and it did take me a while, and it did take me a while to get more into it. And but what I liked about it was I just enjoyed that there was having a story for me that didn't involve Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader. I liked them them actually telling a story in another like time period of Star Wars. I really enjoyed it, and I even was able to put up with the martial arts stuff that drove me crazy at first, but I got through it because I'm just not used to seeing Jedi fight like that. I'm just not. I'm sorry. Jedi typically don't really go like hand to hand, but I guess if you think about it, it's a different time period. Maybe Jedi did fight more hand to hand back then. I don't know. We're talking about a long time.
Well, but it's not that long, dude.
Yeah, it's not that long because it's like kind of.
It's only like 100 years before.
Yeah, so it really wasn't that long ago. So you're right. I mean, so I don't. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was uncomfortable with it. I didn't like it, and I kept trying to giving them rationalize it and giving the benefit of the doubt, but it was really hard, and I didn't care for it.
As soon as I heard that they were making these twins be a dyad in the Force, and have that be the one that's mentioned rather than the real one,
right? Well,
there's been more than one.
Yeah, well, the dyad
there was Revan and Bastila.
Revan and Bastila, yep.
Then
it was how Revan and Bastila were. I mean, Bastila did something that nobody else could have done. Yeah. She brought him back.
Yeah.
And then the Jedi, in order to keep him back, the Jedi literally erased his fucking mind, which is kind of fucked up, but
it was her sister. It wasn't her daughter. It wasn't their daughter that ended up being the Grandmaster of the Order, right? It was her sister, Satele.
I think it was her sister, yeah, because their daughter, their daughter, she becomes a Jedi, but she's not she was never like a great Jedi. She was just a Jedi who existed as a Jedi and served the Order, went about her life, and then retired and eventually died. Yeah. She never did much. She wasn't too much into. I mean, she had some battles she was involved with that were famous, but she wasn't like she never stood out as a Jedi, that much. So, and actually, and then they have a granddaughter. There was a great granddaughter, I think.
Yeah.
That bloodline that was a more famous Jedi, I'll say.
We've also talked about being custodian, especially talking about comics and stuff, being custodians of franchises and shit. And I'm sorry, but I don't care about Star Wars anymore.
Well, I think Disney has done what I think a lot of people feared they were going to do.
Yeah.
It was just about making money. Click, 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 money, money, money. It's so like fans are so ravenously hungry for this. We can half-ass it and still make a ton of dough.
Yeah.
And they did. They made a lot of money half-assing it.
And that was the thing. Like, Force Awakens was a competent movie.
I agree. I actually liked Force Awakens.
So, like, I came out of Force Awakens like, you know, of course, some reservations about Kylo Ren and her and Rey.
Sure.
But like, you know, there was a lot more positive than negative coming out of that first movie.
I agree.
And then that second movie comes around, and you're like, "Fuck me."
Yeah. And
then the third one is like you got JJ back, and he's lost like the complete flow of the fucking shit. It's like, I love Palpatine, but where the fuck did he come from? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was. It lost its flow. It started out with a movie that I felt like flowed well. It was a nostalgia. It had some nostalgia to it. Yes, it did. I mean, it was
the thing. The thing is, truly, if you look at fucking Phantom Menace, New Hope, and Force Awakens, they're all the same movie.
No, definitely. Yeah.
Each one of them is the same movie.
Yep, I agree with you. If you look at the way they kind of go and yeah, it's you know it's just that it I've never to me it was easy. It should have been easy, but they fucked up and they decided to let another director or multiple directors, whatever. I mean, it was really bad. Come in and just rewrite the shit out of everything, and it was just silly. But again, I really do feel like they felt like we know people are gonna go see this movie. It doesn't matter if they have reservations; they're gonna still go see it. We're gonna make a ton of money on this shit, and they did, and they made so much money on it. But they've run it into the fucking ground now. I feel like they've run it. It's running into the ground to where even people who are hardcore fans that would defend that would sit there and defend the shit out of these movies and defend a lot of the shows are starting to turn their backs on them now. You know, even the hardcores can't stay that engaged. I mean, there's still some out there, I'm sure, that are dying on that hill. But you know, I mean, and like I said, I know a lot of people. Look, I like the Acolyte. I know a lot of people didn't. I got it. I totally understand why they didn't like it. I had the same reservations about it. I just know by the time they got to the last episode, I was hooked because I like, and then I'm also into, like, you know, the conspiracy shit, and the Jedi are full of fucking conspiracy. The Jedi, it was another situation where we were saying that the Jedi are not the fucking good guys that they're portrayed as. They're not. The Jedi are in fact, they might be more fucked up than the Sith, because at least the Sith admit, hey, yeah, we're selfish, we're greedy, we're gonna use the power to get what we want. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna do it. You know. We want to conquer the universe. That's what we're going to do. The Jedi kind of like portray themselves in one way and are completely not that way. It's just some underbelly shit, man. You know, concerned with fucking PR. I'm like, are you kidding me? So you're going to cover the truth up because you don't want nobody finding out, our enemies finding out? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. That's not how Jedi operate. The truth is supposed to be the friend of the Jedi, you know. It's bullshit, but I love that show because it was called, you know, showing flaws.
Did you want to cover the Transformers?
Sure, absolutely.
I don't have a lot of pictures.
Okay, well, we know a lot of them.
This is what I got from Cybertron, and you're gonna have to help me here because I'm so far out of Transformers. I don't know what's what.
Let's see what they have.
I know this is all obviously from Hasbro because this is from Cybertron.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they showcased the winners of the Hall of Fame which
Yeah.
included Megatronus,
Yeah.
Magmatron, Studio Series 86 Prime, Party Wallop, and Marcelo Mater. I don't know who those people are. But yeah, that's your Hall of Fame for this year. The toy reveals included their exclusive Dino King. The pre-order's up now.
Right. That's the one that's basically a repaint of the Dinobot combiner they did, and that in the Legend scale or whatever they're calling it, the new scale. Yeah. It looks cooler though. I will say this: it looks cooler, and they made some alterations to it too. So it has an ankle tilt a little bit, and it looks like I might even have different hands on it. I'm not sure, but if it doesn't anyway, it doesn't matter. You can get it and get an upgrade kit and then be banging. So,
who's this first one?
Let me see here. Look at this shit. Okay,
is that because this one down here is Overcharge, right?
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
So I don't know if that's supposed to just be a thrust or what.
I can't tell. I'm so fucking blind. I can't tell.
So then you have Overcharge here.
Yeah.
That's a G2.
That is what's his name? From the Energon universe. Wheeljack.
Oh, Energon Wheeljack. Okay,
yeah,
I heard
that. Remember he was remember back in that version of Wheeljack, he was like the Autobot to turn bad. Could turn against the Autobots. He had to scrape across his Autobot symbol and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like they utilized the Sideswipe mole for it, I think. So
G2 breakdown.
Yeah. That's pretty cool because a lot of people had a hard time getting breakdown. He was one of the ones that a lot of people seemed to that were trying to get that Stuntagon group completed.
I switched over to Pulse just to try to get a better idea here.
That's cool. The G2
Dino King.
Yeah, there's a Dino King. He looks. I mean, I like the color. I like the coloring of him. That's why I like so much because the Dinobots are cool and all, but they're all the same colors and shit. And unfortunately, they can't. I mean, the colors are great, but they're not gonna be able to fix some of the shit problems they have with those guys. I mean, clearly, this was. That's what I was telling everyone that was bitching about this, though. I said this was made as to be the combiner, man. They didn't give a fuck about those individual figures. They just didn't. I said you could tell because only about 2 of them actually are decent. The rest of them, maybe 3, are pretty good, decently articulated, and most of the set is made with the combined form first. It's not
right.
So, and I get that that's what they're trying to feature.
I never got into this shit.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Like I said, to me they're a novelty thing. That's what they are, a novelty kind of.
There's breakdown again.
Yeah, and I like it. By the way, I think that's cool. I like the powder blue color.
That Cosmos, man.
Yeah, they had to re-release that because that was a bitch to get for people. It was first of all, it was a Walmart exclusive because it was part of the what's the speed Velocitron. There you go.
It's in low stock right now, so if anybody needs and you're listening, go get it.
Yeah, I can't tell what that one is.
Which one?
That one right there. That's Tarn. Okay, they're re-releasing the Tarn because a lot of people also had trouble getting Tarn.
Galaxy Shuttle.
Right, that was the space shuttle. Yeah.
Legacy Deluxe Class Origin Bubble.
Yeah, I got him. I got a hold of him, but I know people were having trouble finding him.
Wheeljack.
Yeah, and that's
Universe Ramjet.
I like the Wheeljack because that's just a cool version of Wheeljack.
Yeah.
And then the Ramjet is interesting. Because I have the G2 colors of Ramjet that they did. They did a G2 coloring of him.
Uh-huh.
And I got that one, but I didn't even remember them ever doing a normal Ramjet. Maybe they did, and I guess it was one of the ones that people had trouble getting. I've got a bunch of. I got the cloud. I got cloud cover, which is basically Ramjet's mold. I got and I got what's the other one? Sandstorm. The Sandstorm one they did. That's also. So I've got 3 versions of the Ramjet mold. I also had Thrust as well too. So, yeah. Okay, here we are. GI Joe time. Okay. All right.
So let's get through here.
Yeah. So you got
This is from histank.com.
Yeah. Okay.
There
cool.
we go. Dial tone.
Now, a lot of people that he was pretty popular, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Back in the day, I thought he was.
I didn't realize like how happy I would be to get a dial tone.
Yeah. I think he's just one of those characters that people kind of liked. You know, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Is that Leatherneck? Now Leatherneck, I'm kind of like you. You can take him or leave him for Leatherneck. Yeah. But I think a lot of people like him.
Yeah.
So, he's definitely got a following.
He looks kind of like old Sergeant Slaughter there.
Yeah, well, remember, he was like a drill sergeant, so I think that's kind of what that was his thing. He was, I don't know. I didn't really have much of a connection to the character because I just didn't really care about him that much. But he wasn't one of my favorites. But I can see there's a lot of completionists out there that I'm sure will love that I have this, and then also there are probably people that like the character. He was a tough son of a bitch. I remember in the show him being pretty tough. But
I've gotta finish it up. But I've got my Sergeant Lincoln Osiris almost done, and so like I'm looking at Leatherneck and I'm looking at that kit and I'm like, yeah, he's gonna end up being like a Bill Murray from Stripes or something.
It's funny as shit, dude.
Fucking Saw Viper.
This is cool looking. I kind of like. They really have a way of the purples, man.
Yeah,
using the purples. I'm digging on this guy. This is not bad. I like how built he looks, dude. Yeah. It's all armor, I know, but he looks built like a motherfucker, man, like a tank. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I like the amount of gear he comes with.
I do too. I think they do a good job with these. Any of the troop builders, I guess you call them, dude. I think they're the best figures. I really do. As far as like loadout for what you get, they're the best ones, man. And I mean,
I just was so happy again because I just shipped a Cobra Trooper, the retro one.
Yeah,
BBTS, man. Fuck yeah.
I'm saying they're the best.
Yo, I only had 2 things in this pile when I shipped it, but I had to, man. It was the Cobra Trooper, and I got one coming from Pulse too. Whenever that drops, but here's Joe. Hey, Joe, I prefer no helmet and could do without the chainsaw attachment.
Yeah, that's probably, nice. But the chainsaw attachment kind of goes with him. That was because it's all my bro. You know, like, kind of was about. But I get you. I get you. It's
yeah.
His arms look kind of lanky and long a little bit, but I think that just kind of adds to it makes you feel. It makes him almost feel like he's in a mech suit. I don't know. It's cool to me.
It makes it like an armored feel.
Yeah, like just a big armor suit. Yeah.
Xandar looks cool, man.
He's
such a bitch character.
He's my favorite of this grouping they showed. I remember you were in the show. To me, he was always kind of like the dude that just never wanted to do anything.
He was like, the bitch.
He didn't give a fuck. I don't want to do that shit, man. Come on, yeah. I mean, it was like his brother with Zartan would be getting on his ass. You know, move it now.
Oh shit! That's all the pictures his tank had.
Yeah, he's That's pretty much the main ones that they were showing. That they showed. Well, there was a couple of.
I thought there were more pictures of whatchamacallit. Okay, so there's Starduster.
Yeah, Starduster. That's the other guy I was thinking about.
That's what we didn't get to.
He was from
Hasbro Pulse.
I'm not familiar with the character of Starduster. I'm not familiar with him, so I don't know what he is. Yeah, I don't know about him. I'm going to have to try to find a video on YouTube and look him up and see if somebody did something on him.
Showed you dial tone, leather neck.
Right.
All right, let's see what we got for this.
Yeah, there's what's the Law and Order are also, they showed them again.
Yeah, I'm with Joe. I like the unhelmeted look.
You like the unhelmeted look better? Yeah.
Yeah, he almost looks like a fucking Sontaran or something. Yeah. From Doctor Who. There.
He's really neat. I don't know, man. But that's what's cool about him. I do like that you have the option too.
That's what we're looking forward to. Yeah, that's the thing with Road Pig too.
Right.
Yeah, there's pictures. Look at that. That's a nice one. And I like the rain effects.
I just like too that they at least kind of made him look. Him and his sister. You can look at them and you go, yeah, they're brother and sister. Okay, I can see it. And that's cool. That they made that.
He's definitely getting Law and Order, and he loves the posability there sitting with Xandar. That's the thing. Like, how the hell? Like, they feel so much stiffer than a Marvel Legends, but they still fucking pose.
Oh my god, dude, it is so crazy. I had a which one was it? I got this nunchuck. That's who I got. Nunchuck, right? Now, I only got him because he just looks like a cool little commando ninja. So I have no real connection to the character. When Nunchuck was out, I was out of G.I. Joe at that point. So I don't really have much connection to him. Kind of reminded me of Vega a little bit from Street Fighter. So I
think he was more of a comic character than anything else.
Probably. I mean, it was just way beyond my But I thought he looked cool though, so I went and bought him, and he was so stiff. I couldn't move anything on him hardly, man. So I gave him a good soak in the hot water and everything. Dude, once that guy was unlocked, man, I've got him all kinds of poses. I was like, holy shit. This is incredible. I was having a good time. And I think that's the cool thing about a lot of this line is amazing. With the posability is fucking sick, man. They've done a good job on articulation. You just got to make sure you heat stuff up, but it's amazing how good it did.
Here's my favorite part, of course. Save the best for last.
The comic books, yeah.
Yeah, Spidey versus Vulture from the fucking animated series.
That's really cool.
Look at that Vulture.
Look at that.
And they got the old head, too.
Yeah, that's the classic Vulture look. To me, I mean, that's kind of
the animated, yeah.
For the animated. Well, that's the main time.
Yeah,
I remember seeing Vulture. I mean,
I like this Spidey.
That's not bad, man. Yeah, I know he's not. He's good. Shit, that's not bad at all. Goddamn. Oh, they have a head. Unmasked head on him too.
Yeah, they have two different ones. Did you see that? Look here.
I see. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. Was like one Ben Reilly or one Peter Parker, or two versions of Peter Parker?
It looks like cartoon.
Yeah,
something else.
Okay, probably it could be. Could be cartoon.
That's definitely 90s cartoon on the left side.
It definitely is. You're right. I see the.
And I like that they have where, he can grab the mask. That's a nice touch.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of all the Spider-Mans. I love their sick articulation.
This shit right here, Russ, had me going back. Secret Wars 40th anniversary figs.
God damn, look at that, man. That was. If you're a fan of Secret Wars, man, you're gonna.
So, I was complaining about these shields at first.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were lenticular. They are, just like the ones from the 80s.
So they can change as you move them around. They'll turn. The picture will change on the Okay. All right.
And we're getting a fucking Beyonder.
That's pretty cool. There's a good, yeah.
Titania.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
I want like 9 of these Wolverines for each one of my goddamn displays.
Yeah, that's the
Look at Cap with the broken shield.
Now I wonder if they redid that Wolverine or did they just re-release the one they did a long time ago.
I don't know, man. It looks like it looks different.
Look at that.
That Iron Man's dope. But that
Iron Man is like with the yellow and the red. Oh my god.
That's a redo though. Except maybe the head. That was in the fucking Void Wave or some shit like that.
That is so old school. Wow.
Here you go, Russ.
Oh my god.
Black Spider.
It is, man. Holy shit, dude.
I'm sorry, Symbiote Spider.
Symbiote Spidey. Oh my god, that's amazing. I didn't see the Marvel thing. I kind of turned it off for a minute because I was at work, and then I turned it back on, and it was like past the Marvel one. I didn't go back and look at it. So, shit, man, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Wow, that symbiote Spider-Man looks cool as shit, dude. I haven't gotten a new Spider-Man in a long time, so I might want to get a new one because they've come out. They have new Bucks now from way back. So, and they look like they're more articulated than they used to be, and I don't know how that's possible, but shit.
I have quite a few Spider-Mans.
Yeah, I got a pretty good amount too, but that's why I stopped buying them. But now
the least posable one is my favorite.
Which one?
The Select.
Yeah, but the Select is really cool. That's a good Spider-Man, man. It looks amazing.
Yeah, that's why I love it. Like, there's two different ones. You have to get the right one.
Yeah,
the one with I think it comes with the camera and shit. But there's two different Select Spideys, and one of them is like the Spectacular Spider-Man or something else. One of them's right, one of them's wrong. You'll know when you look at them. But that was the PulseCon stuff this year.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I haven't shown. They're gonna. I wonder if there's anything else they forgot to show us. I don't know.
Just real quick about the D&D stuff. I thought the figures were pretty underwhelming.
Yeah. I know that they do some of the D&D figures from the old animated show too.
They did those. They're in Ollie's now. I just need to pick.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Ollie's. Oh wow. I might actually go look for them in Ollie's and see if I can find them. It's worth buying one or two and checking them out.
Yeah, like a lot of people are really high on the changes for the new Player's Handbook coming out and the new Master's Guide. There's some good shit in there. There's a lot of good shit in there, but there's a lot of stuff that's gonna get errated back to the 5e, I think.
Yeah.
I think that this is gonna be a misstep, kind of like 4th edition. Whereas, like, you know, they were riding so high off of 3rd and 3.5. When they got to 4, they kind of stalled, and they had to make 4.5 to fix all of that. Yeah. I think that 5e was the best system that they've ever done. With the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons is the most new player friendly and most immersive version of Dungeons and Dragons I've played.
Well, the other thing they were trying to work on is they were trying to make it where people who have never done the Dungeon Master thing before, or people are new to the game and have never even done the game, so that means you've never been a Dungeon Master, that you could take on the Dungeon Master role, and it gives you it kind of teaches you how to do it.
Well,
gives you ideas, power ups, and things like that you can do. You know.
Yeah, something that I was talking about that a lot of people disagree
Mm-hmm.
with me about was that a main part of this edition of Dungeons and Dragons was bringing melee characters more in line with spellcasters, damage wise and
Yeah.
effect wise. Because there's no way, even in this edition, still spellcasters are going to outpace melee with no problem for damage.
Well, I kind of get that though.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
spellcasters are supposed to have an element of, a little more of an advantage maybe in certain aspects. I mean,
yeah,
but I'm sure you can give them. You can always find a way to give just your melee characters. Well, you can. To me, I would just make melee characters have be out. How you say they can take more damage.
well, they can't take more damage. They
Right.
do that through hit dice and stuff. But what I'm talking about is like dealing more damage.
Oh, dealing more damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Melee characters besides the paladin. The paladin is a beast.
Okay.
As far as damage because of divine smite.
Right.
Joe says spellcasters are glass cannons. Casters should do more damage than melee. Right, but at the same time, a rogue. A rogue's melee. You're talking about, an assassin rogue. A fighter with, action surge should be able to, be at least comparable to a spellcaster on one turn for damage.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah.
The major change is that everyone starts the game with a free feat now because of your background.
Well, that's kind of cool though. I like that. Yeah.
But it makes variant humans even stronger because they start the game with 2 feats now.
Right.
And then if you're DM, because that is something that DMs do a lot, is give you a free feat to start the game with. So if they do that and you're playing a variant human and they're not watching, you get 3 feats to start the fucking game.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's a little unfair.
There's a lot of shit that's gonna have to be eroded and just like play tested out. They've only play tested this shit out for like a year and a half.
So they're still. I mean,
it's like it's the bare bones of 5e that they've added all this other shit to. So it's going to break. You're gonna see if you pay attention to anybody that plays. What's gonna happen as soon as they start playing the game, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't even do anything," because like the way the rules are written, it adds a lot of complication to these characters that wasn't there in 5e.
It sounds like nowadays.
That's my opinion, and I am a layman.
Hey man, to me, you just want to try to make it fair. That's all. I mean, give everybody a chance to
Yo, we almost TPK'd last Sunday.
You almost what?
Total party kill. We almost died. The whole party. We lost 2 members as it was.
Holy shit! Woo!
It wasn't me, baby.
Oh, were you one of the survivors?
My ass survived this time.
That's man. Sometimes I'll play. My son has gotten me into this video game. It's Destiny, right? And I'll be playing it, and my guy, my character that I have, he's kind of like a tank,
Mm-hmm.
He's just a big tank guy. Just a melee tank dude who's got big powerhouse weapons, and I just blast motherfuckers, and I'm just and I can take a lot of punishment, so I'll take punishment. Mm-hmm. So that the other members of our group can do what they need to do, right? And I have this shield ability and stuff, and But what I found out is that I noticed that I'm always the one that ends up sacrificing myself a lot.
Yeah.
For the group's objective.
Like, I feel bad. I feel bad because I know in the group that I play in, I'm a weak role player.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I feel too.
I understand. You know, I
Yeah.
understand. I am a little bit of a weight at the table.
Right.
So, like, I try to make it up in other ways. Like, I usually play a rogue because I want to be the team skill monkey.
I got you.
You know, so that okay, this happens. Oh, I've got all these skills. Let me try something. Oh, I'm so good at this. Like, I have plus 20 to my roll. You know?
Right. Yeah. To make yourself useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gotta be a reason. Yeah. There's a reason to have me around.
Baby.
See.
10:58 p.m. Twitch bot. We're so fucking in demand.
I do know that when you're wherever you're doing any kind of, whether it be, you know, D&D or it's a video game or whatever, and you're working with a group of people, you're trying to be, you know, you're trying to be organized in a way and figure out a way to achieve your to accomplish your directive. But it's like at the same time, it's like I get annoyed because I feel like I'm always because of my class, because the class my character is.
Yeah,
I'm just the one I'm the sacrificial lamb. You know,
well, see, like Destiny's more like an MMO.
It
so
is,
that, like,
yeah.
You're slotted into that tank role.
That's
like,
true. I mean, I could have chose a different role for my character, but I kind of like the tank guy. I think it was cool looking. I like the big ass armor I get too.
But like the thing, maybe it's gonna change with some of the changes in this new thing. But there's not really a tank in 5e.
Yeah,
like, there are people that can take more damage, but it's very hard to taunt. You know, or do something in that thing. Like, you can give there's a lot of abilities that would give someone disadvantage on their roll, which means they roll 2d20s to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you have disadvantage on the roll, you take the lower of the rolls. If you have advantage, you take the higher.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll take the more acid, you're saying.
Yeah.
So if you have advantage, you'll get a more powerful
attack. Yeah.
Attack. Okay.
A better chance to hit.
Or a better chance to hit. Okay, yeah, that's true, because you can have attacks. You can have attacks and then roll and miss, right, and not hit, right? Yeah. It's been so long since I played that. Oh my god, dude. Oh wow.
I still haven't even cracked Armored Core. I downloaded it and Calvin wanted to play it. I'm like, what the fuck alone? I'm playing it first, you little bastard.
Yeah. D&D was so. I mean, I just
tomorrow we leveled up.
I liked playing it when I was high.
Yeah, I do too.
It was cool. I mean, that's when I thought it was fun, but it was.
See, like, I've gone. I'll go ahead and talk about this, and then we can go because it's already 11 o'clock.
All right.
Short feels like a lot shorter time, doesn't it?
It goes quick sometimes.
I was playing Cleos, who was basically he was a rabbit person, who was a rogue and a ranger. So he was like, you know, the pathfinder. He was the thief. He was, you know, and then he would do some good melee damage.
Right.
Where I've gone to more of the infiltration type character, and we haven't had a chance to do any infiltration really.
Ah, shit. Shit, you're like, damn, man. Wait for that chance to show my skills here, you know? That's cool. I hope it'll come my way. That's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting on something where the tank can be useful for more than just sacrificial lamb, you know? I don't know. But my son, God bless his heart, when he's playing, whenever he's playing with me, he tries to keep me alive. I appreciate that. He's nice. He'll come down and fucking fight with me, and he'll try to keep me alive, and he's a badass, man. I'm like, cool. Give me power ups and shit, and get my health back up. He'll do whatever he can do to help me out. I'm like, man, you kick ass.
I used to tank in Warcraft.
Yeah.
I used to play fucking prot paladin.
And
And my friend would get so mad healing me because like he was so better geared than I was.
Well, sure. That's
Yeah.
another thing too. I'm also playing with people who are way higher level than me, and
Yeah.
I haven't leveled up high enough yet to get like certain weapon, powerful weaponry and powerful armor and stuff yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always telling them, like, listen, guys, I'm like a tank, but I'm a weak tank. You gotta wait for me.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Anyway,
You ready to pop off?
sure, we can pop it off, man. That's fine.
Um, last thing, I don't know why it was on my mind,
Yeah.
but anniversary of 9/11 this week.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's funny? Was it me or did it feel like this year it was a lot more toned down than it has been?
I can't believe the disrespect from the younger generation towards 9/11.
Well, I will tell you, I do feel like sometimes kids born after it, especially, I just think they just don't have a clue, man. That I
I
mean,
think it's I think it's the same way we were about Pearl Harbor.
probably.
Yeah.
I think you'd be onto something with that.
Or the Kennedy assassination. You
Yeah,
know,
we're
like
we
any big thing like that. We didn't have
yeah.
a frame of reference until
There's a detachment from it
yeah.
that we don't have. Like I remember, I mean, I'm sure you. I mean, how old were you when Reagan got us attempted assassination on Reagan?
I don't remember that. The first big thing happening that I remember was the Challenger.
Okay, you remember that then? Okay, so yeah. Now, then that was a pretty big
Yeah.
a pretty big disaster too. And I remember
I was in kindergarten when that happened.
now my kids, you know, now the big shuttle disaster they know is Columbia.
Yeah.
They don't, you know, and I've showed now they've seen the footage on YouTube and shit. They've looked it up and I've seen Challenger explode and everything. I told them, I said, you know, I say it's kind of weird how it happens. It's happened multiple times, you know, but they're my son, you know, son's only, you know, he's old. I guess he's old enough that, you know, he was alive when 9/11 happened. So he remembers it. Rhea was a baby. So she really doesn't know much about it, but she knows enough to be, you know, respectful and knows it was bad. But there are a lot of kids out here, they're very detached from it.
Like one of the things, do you watch Smosh?
No.
It's an internet comedy channel on YouTube, pretty popular with the younger generation, you know, like improv and some sketches and stuff. I like a lot of their stuff, and I love this chick on there. Her name is Angela Giartana, and I am so sorry if I butchered her name. She is hilarious, but they were doing something, and they said they had something about like they said something about there was something bad that happened in 2011, and she was like, we didn't remember that because we were too busy thinking about something else. And they were like, Angela, what are you talking about? And she was like, 9/11. She thought 9/11 was in 2011.
Wow. Yeah, 10 years later.
I mean, it's just, but it's just like
I'm saying, dude,
it doesn't feel like any generation before these ones was so ignorant of world events.
I kind of feel like you're right on that. I feel like there's a lot of kids that are like either they don't want to know about it, so they don't have the want to go look into it themselves.
Yeah.
And if they're not taught it in school where they have to learn it for a test or something like that, they're just not going to go looking for it, you know? And I mean, you know, like my kids, I can say at least, and maybe I lucked out with my kids. My kids were the type of, both of them are the same way. Their curiosity will get the best of them. I can just mention something to them. And if they want to, and they'll ask me some questions, and if they want to know more about it, they'll go look it up and find it out, you know, what it is. And I've lucked out with that, so they're pretty informed of a lot of, like, you know, especially pop culture stuff too, you know. And I've try to explain to them, certain significant events that have happened over the last 50, 45 years or so that I can remember, and they're pretty good about looking up, but not all kids are, man. Not all young people are. I mean, you got some young adults too that are they don't they just don't give a shit, man. They don't want it to. They don't want to invest any time in it, to even look up and find out and have any knowledge of past events or past tragedies.
I think it really is and does seem like willful ignorance.
And yeah, I think you're right. But what I wonder is, why is it willful ignorance because you're being lazy, or is it willful ignorance because you just don't want to know about the bad?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Is that they're cushioning themselves from bubble wrapping themselves?
Yeah, and I will tell you that seems to be something I've come across too. I got a niece and a nephew that. They don't like hearing. They don't want any kind of bad news. They won't even talk about it. They'll change the subject.
Yeah.
If you're talking about anything, they'll go or they'll leave the room with nothing to do with it. I'm like, wow, is it? I don't know how people can live that way. But I guess ignorance is bliss. I guess I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. It's weird, I've never been able to do that.
Yeah.
I can't.
Never been able to ostrich and put your head in the sand.
Yeah, I can't. I've never been able to. And my mother used to always say I was nosy, and I had to know too much all the time. And I was like, maybe you're right, Mom, because I can't. I'm not content with not knowing everything about something. Especially when somebody tells me something, it's like, okay, I need to know more about that, but I mean, this younger generation, especially I noticed this kids that are still in school too, that are seem to be the worst at it, where it's like, they want nothing to do with any past issues, I'm like, wow, okay, you're going to be in for a big surprise when you're an adult.
The world isn't bubble wrapped.
And it's not at all. And you're gonna get tore up.
Find out.
Indeed. Well, fuck around and find out. Go ahead.
All right, man. We're gonna get out of here.
All right.
As I say every week, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out. Love
Adios, guys.